Red Bull is in shock as flexi wing drama doesn't help them. Hamilton speaks out on great Ferrari quali and Yuki is in serious trouble. Let's get into the latest F1 news. Oscar Piastri is making headlines after securing pole position at the Spanish Grand Prix. The excitement in the air was palpable as he managed to outpace his teammate Lando Norris, who attempted a sneaky move by stealing a toe from him in the final moments of qualifying. This tension-filled showdown highlighted the fierce competition brewing within Mclaren. After the initial runs in Q3, it looked like Piastri was playing catch-up, trailing behind Norris. However, with an impressive lap time of 1:11.546, he surged ahead, clinching pole position by a 0.2 margin. And let's not forget about Max Verstappen, who locked in third place, making for a thrilling start to the race. As we shift our focus away from the McLaren drivers, it's essential to address the challenges faced by others on the grid. As the temperatures soared to a scorching 48 degrees Celsius, drivers began their laps with high hopes. Lance Stroll set the pace initially, but he quickly found himself in the drop zone alongside some surprising names. Oscar Piastri's stunning form continued, and he delivered a stellar lap of 1:12.5, which briefly placed him at the top, putting pressure on notable competitors like George Russell and Lando Norris. But the drama didn't end there. Just minutes before the session closed, Franco Colapinto faced technical difficulties as he headed back to the pit lane, now lured, causing a holdup that complicated matters for several drivers. Carlos Sainz, racing on home turf, had his own struggles. Despite sneaking into the top 15 at one point, he ultimately sank to 18th place amid fierce competition, leaving him and his fans disappointed. Yuki Tsunoda also had a tough day, expressing frustration after a clean lap that still landed him at the bottom of the pack. Ultimately, the drivers who faced elimination in Q1 included notable names: Nico Hülkenberg, Esteban Ocon, Carlos Sainz, Franco Colapinto, and Yuki Tsunoda, each of them leaving the track with mixed feelings. As tensions rise and rivalries heat up, the F1 2025 season is shaping up to be one of the most intense yet. With races like this featuring high-stakes drama, sleek performances, and unexpected results, fans are certifiably in for a thrilling season ahead. Keep your eyes peeled for more exhilarating battles as the drivers gear up for what promises to be an unforgettable year on the grid. In Q2, it was Alex Albon who kicked off the action, posting a 1:13.1, marking the solitary Williams driver's standing. However, his time didn't last long as Max Verstappen quickly beat it by 0.8. Then came Lando Norris, who delivered an impressive 1:12.0, setting the pace higher. But dominating the session, Oscar Piastri, the championship leader, set a blistering 1:11.9, clinching a McLaren 1-2 alongside Norris, while Verstappen and George Russell filled out the top spots. Russell managed to sneak into the top tier by 0.6, offering Kimi Antonelli a toe, who was sitting in 8th position. Antonelli improved his time but maintained the same placement, while Isaac Hadjar caused a last-minute shuffle by dropping Antonelli to 9th. Albon raised concerns over a dirty maneuver from a Haas driver, suggesting Oliver Bearman was aware of the impact on his performance. As the smoke settled, the Q2 session eliminated drivers including Alex Albon, Gabriel Bortoleto, Liam Lawson, Lance Stroll, and Oliver Bearman. Now, moving to Q3, Oscar Piastri wasted no time, pushing off from the pits first, clocking a sensational 1:11.8. As Piastri was setting his time, Norris completed his outlap and managed to shave off just enough time, 0.017 seconds, to briefly take provisional pole, prompting a cheeky remark from Piastri. Piastri's response? Cheeky. The tension was palpable as Russell and Charles Leclerc sat on the provisional second row, followed closely by Fernando Alonso and Verstappen. Norris, eager for another run, didn't substantially improve and opened the floor again for Piastri. The Australian shot across the line, reclaiming pole by a notable 0.2. This time, it was confirmed. Oscar Piastri secured pole with Norris in second place, followed by Verstappen and Russell. Hamilton and Antonelli rounded out the top 6. When we look at the final results from the Spanish GP qualifying, it's clear Piastri left an indelible mark. It's interesting to note that Albon secured 11th with a time of 1:12.641, a stark observation on the performance gap in this tight field of contenders. As we pave the way for race day, stay tuned for all the thrilling updates and insights that will shape the championship ahead. Lewis Hamilton, one of the most celebrated drivers in Formula One history, is raising eyebrows with his latest criticism of the sport's new front wing regulations. At the recent Spanish Grand Prix, Hamilton expressed his skepticism regarding the newly implemented flexi-wing rules, deeming them a waste of money. This statement caught the attention of fans and pundits alike, reflecting the ongoing debate within the racing community. The main focus of contention revolves around a technical directive known as TD0118. This rule was introduced to address the increasing use of flexible wings by various teams, which they utilize to gain a competitive edge on the track. However, despite these changes, Mclaren showcased their prowess by securing pole position once again, which only fueled Hamilton's critique. As the Grand Prix approached, the FIA's clampdown on flexible wings was the hot topic. The directive changed how load and wing deflection are tested, tightening the allowed tolerances and expectations surrounding performance. Initially dismissed earlier in the season, these modifications were later positioned as potentially revolutionary for the sport. Still, during qualifying, it became clear that the anticipated impact might not have materialized, with McLaren's Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris leading the charge. As Hamilton assessed the situation, he echoed sentiments shared by many regarding the technical directive. He admitted that he felt a distinct difference when operating his vehicle under the new rules. According to him, the balance is definitely not as nice as what we had before. This statement pointed to the tangible effects the changes had on the driving experience, raising concerns about whether such early adaptations truly benefited the teams. However, his strong statement that the vast resources spent on these updates were misguided, "What a waste of money," adds another layer to the ongoing dialogue about innovation and regulation in Formula One. The juxtaposition of his feedback with McLaren's success raises questions about the effectiveness of the regulations in leveling the playing field. Amid these adjustments, it's notable that teams like Mercedes are directing their efforts elsewhere, focusing on different aspects of their cars rather than pursuing new front wings. This strategic pivot illustrates the varying responses from teams regarding the flexi-wing regulations and highlights the complexities of the sport's rapidly evolving technical landscape. As Hamilton continues to voice his opinions on these matters, fans eagerly await to see how these developments will influence future races. With the ongoing dialogue between players, teams, and governing bodies, the future of Formula One promises to be as thrilling as ever. Will the changes ultimately lead to a more competitive environment? Or are we witnessing the repercussions of what Hamilton believes to be a misguided approach? Only time will tell. In a sport where every detail matters and the thin margins often spell the difference between victory and defeat, the discourse surrounding technical regulations like TD0118 will be front and center, shaping the storylines that fuel our passion for racing. Lewis Hamilton's performance and the implications of the new technical directive, TD0118, have stirred up considerable conversation in the F1 community. Many, including Hamilton himself, have expressed skepticism about the effectiveness of these new load tests. He put it bluntly, saying it felt like nothing had changed, just leading to half the bending of the wings. Hamilton noted the frustration among teams as they poured resources into modifying their setups, only to see minimal impact. He explained that after testing on the simulator, the adjustments felt insufficient, leading to feelings of confusion regarding the intent of the new regulations. At Alpine, Pierre Gasly also echoed similar sentiments. He reported that the weekend was tougher due to the adjustments required around the new load tests. While some teams adapted quickly, he admitted that FP1, the first practice session, was quite challenging. Despite these hurdles, Gasly found a silver lining, saying his team managed to navigate the changes effectively. However, it's evident that the changes promised by TD0118 haven't drastically altered the competitive landscape as many had hoped. This has left fans and drivers wondering if these new rules will ever lead to a significant shakeup in the running order. In another development, Hamilton experienced a difficult day during FP2 in Barcelona, highlighting the continuous struggles of adapting to the Ferrari SF25. Despite his previous success, Hamilton's recent challenges have sparked speculation regarding a potential decline in performance. Former teammate Nico Rosberg even weighed in, suggesting that the struggles of Ferrari may have played into Hamilton's current predicament. As the pit lane chatter heats up, Ferrari's boss, Fred Vasseur, defended his team's performance against Hamilton's criticism, insisting that the car wasn't as horrible as it seemed. This back and forth paints a vivid picture of the intense rivalry and high stakes that define Formula One. With the intrigue surrounding qualifying and the race schedule intensifying, fans can expect this season to unveil more gripping narratives as teams battle for supremacy on the track. Will Hamilton find his footing again? Only time will tell. Flavio Briatore, a prominent figure in the world of Formula One, has recently faced questions regarding Alpine's lineup amidst swirling speculation about the futures of their drivers. When asked about Franco Colapinto's chances of completing the season with Alpine, Briatore stated he was unsure. Additionally, he refrained from discussing the potential of Mick Schumacher stepping in as Colapinto's replacement. Alpine isn't alone in making changes this season. They are one of 3 teams adjusting their driver roster for 2025, alongside Red Bull and Racing Bulls. The decision to replace Jack Doohan with Colapinto was a bold move, reflective of the ongoing pressure within the team. The spotlight has been on Doohan for some time due to ongoing chatter about his long-term viability in the team. Speculation about Colapinto stepping in has been circulating since the preseason. Fans and analysts alike were watching closely as Miami served as a crucial turning point for Doohan. His performance there, ending in retirement, signaled a definitive end to any safety net he might have had. Just days later, confirmation of the lineup change emerged. On the surface, it seemed Colapinto was given a 5-race opportunity to prove himself. However, Briatore later clarified that there would be no fixed limit on the number of races Colapinto would participate in, emphasizing a more flexible approach. After 2 races, Colapinto has yet to deliver memorable performances like those from his time with Williams last year, leading to questions about how long he would remain with Alpine. As the situation unfolds, it's clear that Colapinto's performance is under scrutiny. Briatore explained that they needed to be patient and careful in their judgment of Colapinto, indicating that the team would assess his abilities after upcoming races. He shared insights into the challenges faced in Monte Carlo, pointing out that qualifying is crucial in such a unique racing environment. Mistakes made there amplified the pressure on the team and their drivers. "We need to see how Colapinto tackles this first real race," Briatore remarked, reflecting the team's cautious optimism. He stated that there are no guarantees on how many races will determine Colapinto's future, stressing the importance of performance above all else. The 2025 season serves as a preparation phase for 2026, and the team is open to experimenting with different approaches based on driver performance. In the end, Briatore's comments indicate a willingness to adapt based on Colapinto's performance, yet they carry the weight of uncertainty. The team's future direction will hinge on how well their drivers meet the challenges ahead. Will Colapinto seize the opportunity, or will Alpine look elsewhere? Only time will tell. But for now, all eyes are on the young driver as he races to secure his place in the sport. Alpine faces a critical decision regarding Franco Colapinto, who has yet to demonstrate the required speed or score points in his races, despite the clear objectives set by Flavio Briatore. The 3 simple goals? Be fast, avoid crashes, and earn points. Unfortunately, Colapinto stumbled right out of the gate by crashing in qualifying. This raises a pressing question: who might step in if Alpine decides to make a change? One option could be Doohan, who might get another chance to prove himself. Then there's Paul Aron, another reserve driver poised for his F1 debut. Additionally, Mick Schumacher's name has surfaced in discussions about the team's future. Having tested with Alpine before, speculation about his potential integration into the team has heightened, especially given his father Michael's illustrious history with Briatore's former Renault team. Briatore remains non-committal about Schumacher's prospects, pushing back against repeated inquiries on the topic. With uncertainty looming over Colapinto's tenure, Alpine's future decisions could impact the trajectory of these young drivers. The stakes couldn't be higher as the season unfolds. Fernando Alonso is making headlines again as he takes a bold step in his post-racing career. After establishing his management company, A14 Management, in 2022, he has signed a new talent that has a special connection to his past rivalries. Now, who has he signed? It's none other than Sebastian Montoya, the son of Alonso's former Formula One rival, Juan Pablo Montoya. This signing represents not just a professional venture, but a significant moment where old rivalries have transformed into new partnerships. Alonso and Juan Pablo Montoya were fierce competitors during their time in F1 from 2001 to 2006. Their battles on the track were legendary, drawing the attention of fans worldwide. However, with the signing of Montoya Jr., we see how time can heal old rivalries, paving the way for collaboration. The two families are now united with a shared goal to foster talent in the world of motorsport. A14 Management already boasts an impressive roster of drivers, including current F1 competitor Gabriel Bortoleto. The addition of Sebastian Montoya brings a fresh perspective to the company. At just 20 years old, Montoya is making waves in Formula 2 with Prema Racing, and now he has the legendary Alonso guiding him on this journey. Turning back the clock, Montoya began his racing career by karting at the age of 8 in 2013. Over the years, he swiftly progressed through the ranks. After his early days in karting, he made the transition to F4 in 2020, which provided him with further experience and exposure. In his rookie F4 season, he showed promise by securing notable finishes, including a second-place finish in 3 of the 6 Italian races where he participated. The momentum continued into 2022 as he competed in the Formula Regional European Championship and the Formula Regional Asian Championship. Montoya then escalated into F3, where he faced a challenging first full year, finishing 16th. Despite the ups and downs, he never lost sight of his goal. Fast forward to 2025, Montoya is now racing in F2 and currently holds the 11th position ahead of the pivotal Spanish Grand Prix weekend. Under Alonso's management, there is a sense of optimism that Montoya will continue to develop and thrive in the world of motorsport. Alonso's management company, A14, was designed with a specific purpose: to manage and mentor young drivers while guiding them on their journey toward Formula One. It's a thoughtful initiative that reflects Alonso's desire to give back to the sport and nurture the next generation of racing talent. With Sebastian Montoya now under his wing, Fernando Alonso is setting the stage for an exciting evolution in young driver management. The future looks promising as he combines experience and legacy with fresh talent, proving that in the world of racing, rivalries can indeed evolve into meaningful partnerships. As we eagerly await what lies ahead for Montoya and Alonso, one thing's for certain: this duo is one to watch. Recently, Fernando Alonso embarked on a new adventure by launching A14 Management, a company dedicated to mentoring young drivers in the world of karting. The initiative aims to embed essential values and training practices in aspiring athletes, preparing them for the competitive landscape of motorsport. Alonso's goal is to select a few promising talents and provide them with invaluable guidance, from physical training to financial management. Notably, the first driver to join this program was Bortoleto, who has since clinched both the F3 and F2 titles and is now on the F1 grid with Mclaren. In addition to this exciting venture, Alonso has made headlines recently for his witty remarks directed at fellow racer Lewis Hamilton during FP2 in Spain. Their playful rivalry continues to keep fans entertained and engaged. While the future of the Spanish Grand Prix in Barcelona hangs in the balance, Alonso's commitment to the sport shines through as he raises hopes for its continued presence in F1. His recent experiences on and off the track showcase the dynamic world of racing, where every turn offers new opportunities and challenges for both seasoned veterans and emerging stars.